Nicknames are an essential part of combat sports because what's better than taking an already intimidating fighter and adding an even scarier nickname like the Natural Born Killer? But not all fighters are as lucky as Carlos Condit. In fact, some fighters like Luis Peña are stuck with nicknames that you'd assume they accepted as a joke, because despite being an extremely dangerous striker, it's Peña's resemblance to famous TV host and painter that earned him the mildly threatening nickname, the Violent Bob Ross. Then there's nicknames so synonymous with a fighter that fans don't even call them by their first name anymore, just like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Considered to be the nicest and most respectful fighter in the UFC, Wonderboy has earned himself the reputation of being the least hateable fighter in MMA. I mean, he's literally incapable of trash-talking his opponents.
You're going out there to fool yourself.
I don't know why you gotta be so mean, man. This guy's so mean.
But despite being the nicest fighter alive, this isn't the reason for his nickname. In fact, the real reason behind it is because when Wonderboy was just 15 years old, he beat up a 26-year-old fighter with an undefeated record so bad that the defeated 26-year-old got on the mic afterwards and asked himself, "I wonder why I even fought this boy." But someone who had the exact opposite reputation of Wonderboy was Wanderlei the Axe Murderer Silva, nicknamed that not only because of the way he'd chop opponents down with knees, but also due to his incredibly aggressive personality.
I don't like you, and the dude's gonna like you.
And
You wanna know?
please stop.
I can't let you get close.
Can you hear my
Silva has even been known to bully sparring partners for going too hard. He even once beat an opponent by stomping on his face and then walked away, smiling. But one of the few people to ever attack Wanderlei Silva and walk out of it alive was Charles Crazy Horse Bennett,
Hey, that's me!
who was actually caught on camera fighting Silva's jiu-jitsu coach. It was after being put to sleep that Charles Crazy Horse Bennett allegedly stood up and sucker punched Silva, knocking him out.
Comecei a empurrar o cara pra fora. Falei, sai, 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 sai. Nessa que eu tava empurrando o cara virou e pau! Me deu soco no queixo.
Bennett lived up to his Crazy Horse nickname, constantly putting on a show for the fans with his erratic behavior.
I'm stoked for this fight. Oh, right there. In the front of the other. That's it. The fight is over. He's going after Mandalay.
See me? I'm a nerd, and I run fast.
But it's Lyoto Machida's sensei-like behavior that earned him his nickname, the Dragon, chosen because his name's syllables sound like Ryu's name from Street Fighter, which means dragon, and also because of his karate background, Machida was like a character straight out of a Karate Kid movie. Because by being one of the first karate practitioners in the UFC, the Dragon was able to pull off moves that no American audiences had ever seen before. It's the Dragon's philosophy that led him to have one of the most respectful and emotional moments in the UFC, because when he was forced to fight against his own friend, Machida was able to land another one of his famous front kick knockouts, but very visibly upset. The Dragon instead chose not to celebrate and bowed down in front of his fallen friend. Unlike Sugar Sean O'Malley, who misses no opportunity to celebrate in his opponent's faces. So before we dive into Sugar's backstory, I'll introduce you to our sponsor, Boxing Timer Pro, a powerful all-in-one app that helps you train with structure and improve faster. This new comprehensive training platform makes it easy to develop into a complete fighter. With Boxing Timer Pro, you can build custom heavy bag workouts, select your own active recovery exercises, and even shuffle combinations. Train smarter and get into fighting shape today. Download Boxing Timer PRO and master the sweet science. Use the link in the description for an exclusive discount. You see, it's Sean's spectacular striking ability that led to one of his early coaches to note that his fighting style is, and I quote, sweet to watch. This is the reason that Sugar Sean O'Malley has become one of the biggest social media stars in the UFC. His must-see style is so visually appealing that nearly every single time he fights, moments from his matches go extremely viral. But just as viral is Justin the Highlight Gaethje, who is nicknamed the Highlight after the insane amount of viral moments in his career, including ones where he's the one getting knocked out. Just like Francis the Predator Ngannou, whose knockout sent shockwaves across the internet as it was the first time that the heavyweight was ever knocked out. But before his boxing and MMA career, Francis lived a hard life. Born in Cameroon, Francis started working hard labor at just 10 years old, and at 22 years old, despite not even knowing how to swim, Francis decided to escape poverty by heading to France on a raft, where after being homeless for some time, was able to convince a boxing coach to let him live inside the gym and train him. It's this exact struggle that created the nickname, because Francis related to Arnold's character in the movie Predator, where despite being trapped in a jungle with an alien assassin, Arnold's character still shows hope that they will be able to survive.
There is something else. Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Not all nicknames are as meaningful though, as Antonio Bigfoot Silva, who suffered from a rare condition called gigantism, which caused his body to grow to a massive size, was nicknamed after the mythical creature simply due to him towering over every single opponent he ever faced. In fact, his head was so big that some fighters claimed it hurt to punch it. Quite like another hard-headed fighter, Mark Hunt, whose head was so stiff that it was impossible to knock him out. Yet it was his ability to dish knockouts and then immediately walk away with the most nonchalant look on his face that earned him the nickname, the King of Walk-Offs. But when it comes to knockouts, no one outshines Alex Pereira, because his hands are so powerful that not only can they knock anyone out with even the slightest touch, they're actually the reason for his nickname, Poetin, which in a Brazilian indigenous language means hands of stone. Adorned with his name by his first MMA coach, Alex Pereira has lived up to this nickname, even going as far as tattooing stones on his hands. But his mortal enemy, Israel Adesanya, also has an insanely cool nickname, the Last Stylebender. Due to his love for anime, specifically Avatar: The Last Airbender, Israel has embodied this nickname in the way that he fights and carries himself. And Israel's dance partner in this clip, whose words are also incredibly quotable.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe. Go. Go. And take it whatever you want to do.
Yoel Romero, also known as the Soldier of God, it's his strong religious beliefs paired with the fact that he looks like a super soldier straight out of Captain America that earned him the nickname. His body was so mind-boggling athletic for a man in his 40s that he actually became one of the most drug-tested athletes in the entire sport's history. But a fighter that needs Jesus is Tony El Cucuy Ferguson, because his nickname comes from an evil mythical creature in Mexican culture called El Cucuy, which means the boogeyman, given to him by his coach, who said Tony had what he called a crazy face. Due to his creepy features and weirdly long arms, Tony Ferguson creeps out opponents and stalks him down the cage with an evil grin on his face, just like the boogeyman would. At least Anderson the Spider Silva's nickname is a lot friendlier, given to him by an announcer who noticed that Anderson was wearing a Spider-Man shirt during a walkout. Anderson kept the nickname and even used it as a marketing tool by posing like the superhero himself throughout his career. But Conor the Notorious McGregor should have taken some notes from the Spider, because Conor decided to live up to his nickname a little too much.
Mate, shut the fuck up and get away from me. Remember that Jesus shit you brought up?
Yeah.
It's such a stupid question, man. You're an idiot.
It started as a tribute to Conor's favorite rapper, the Notorious Big, but as Conor's career kept growing, so did his controversies, landing him several times in situations that nearly ruined his career, from assaulting his own opponent Khabib to assaulting an innocent elderly man. It's this notorious reputation that became synonymous with the fighter himself, and for better or worse, exploding his fame through the roof, therefore becoming one of the most legendary and well-fitting nicknames of all time. But what's your favorite? And did we miss any nicknames? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.